Hello everyone and welcome to the match. It's Ocarina of Time Randomizer Tournament Loser Bracket Round 5 with Bonooru and Exodus. Damn, it's been a journey to get here. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Well, today's gonna be a good match. And of course things break. Well, I'm gonna have to fix that. You guys commentate.
Work.
What are we fixing?
That's Void's problem. Hi everybody, I'm Moggs40th. I'm joined by Red Wolf and Bleeding Blue today.
Hey
Hi,
guys.
And yeah, this should be a fun one.
I'm excited. These racers, I can't wait to see these racers go at it. We got a 16 seed in Exodus versus the 6 seed Bonooru. Both of them are very exciting racers. I can't wait to see them go at it.
Medallion start is good, but the worst possible medallion start.
Similar tunic colors coming out the gate. I like that. Let's see what these first couple checks are here.
Well, unfortunately, these runners are in the losers bracket, so loser is going home. But both very accomplished, managing to survive this far into the tournament.
Yes, very much so. Exodus having probably the most exciting round up here. Basically, every match she's had was determined by like 2 minutes or less, and this will be very exciting. I can't wait to see how it goes.
Lots of blue to start off.
Yeah, very blue start so far.
I guess I'm a fan.
So does that mean we're getting some ice arrows here in Mido's house? Maybe some Nehru's love?
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Really round it out. Let's see what we got here.
Ooh,
Covers.
banana boots. And
The shield's nice early.
One
And a blue rupee.
rupee.
Nice, very nice.
So, with that Deku Shield, I imagine we might see an early Deku Tree, make Rob Dog happy.
A stick by over by Bonooru. Just gonna load up on those. I think the hit play here is, guys, going to Deku.
Yes,
It
sir.
looks like it. They're both headed to the... well, Bonooru's already headed to Deku Tree. Exodus is making his purchases on his way.
Yeah. Bonooru's got quite a little bit of a lead here just by he's moving alone. He's gonna go get that information check on the left side. Be interesting to see what he learns.
Exodus did one extra movement, has an extra nickel in his pocket for it.
So
we see
is that arrows?
Yeah, Frogs 2 is dead. One of those awful checks no one ever really wants to do. Guaranteed to find 2 of those hint stones somewhere here in Hyrule.
Exodus is learning the same thing now.
Yeah, I imagine for a while we're going to be seeing Exodus trailing Bonooru through the Deku Tree.
Kakarot, it's way to the hero.
Yep, for anyone unfamiliar, Way of the Hero means there will be one item somewhere in there, at least one item somewhere in Kakariko Village that is required by logic to complete the game.
First chest out of Deku. Let's see what he gets here. Not very useful, but
Yeah, it's just
got quite a few more checks here.
Those required items could be something like the slingshot to defeat Goma. Could be something like the tunic, logically required to clear out the fire temple. So for runners of this caliber, something like that may not be strictly required.
Yeah, exactly.
Another
Been
possibility
through Fire
is
Temple without Goron's tunic is always a very fun trip.
yeah, not fun on low hearts. But even with 5-6 hearts, these runners are capable of it.
Other
maybe
Deku,
even defeating
Deku
Bovag.
Those shield lock shields.
Always feels bad. I think that was in the seed with Trezco last night. Felt a little salty about that.
They
No
had a
spoilers.
stick upgrade and
Anyone
a
in
nut
chat.
upgrade, and it was basically the Deku pack and Deku tree.
Ooh, Bonooru getting sniped by that
Oh.
spider. Giving Exodus a chance to catch up, make up some ground.
Just snuck by at that time. Gonna grab these 2 other checks here. See how it goes. And the sculpture. Lots of hearts early on here.
Nothing but love from the Deku tree so far.
Yeah.
He's very thankful you're clearing out all these beasts for him. Yep, we're playing with the accessible rule set. Takes ooh,
Ooh, a bow.
Early bow.
all right, paying off.
Very nice.
Yeah, but the accessible rule set takes off things like compasses, maps, kind of really putting as much as we can into these dungeons.
See Bonooru going down to the basement.
Yeah, I gotta practice that jump, side jump strat.
Speaking of that Goron tunic,
Wow, big pickup there, big.
It does come in handy in the early game, even despite all these pizzas of heart and whatnot.
We're going to 2-3-1 scrubs. Exodus is also going to pick up that Goron tunic now.
Yeah, lots of pizza in the Deku tree. Did not get the memo that it is Taco Tuesday. Nice one cycle.
Yes, very clean, very clean. That's the kind of movement you're going to need. It's the kind of play you're going to need to get these small leads early on.
It's the kind of plays you need to win the tournament, too.
That's true.
let's see if we get a medallion for our trouble here.
A bloopy. Very nice.
And the medallion.
Here,
coming.
medallion. Very nice. So it's also going to get a bloopy for his troubles. Oh, yep, he did go back and get it. It's very important to get that early on.
So one thing I've noticed from Bonooru is he's very mindful of his time of day. So there's a few cutscenes like this that directly change your time of day. Defeating the Deku Tree changes it to noon. And as I thought, he's not doing the standard South Hyrule Gerudo Valley route because it's noon. If he hadn't done the Deku Tree, that's his standard route. And he's really good at routing, you know, night cac and all that stuff in. So pay attention to how Bonooru changes his time of day.
Be interesting to see how Exodus plays it as well. We're heading over to Hyrule Castle and pick up some red rupees first.
Looks like Exo's following him there.
Pretty good call so far. The only items they really have are useful as adults. Maybe they'll go ahead and pop adult real quick.
Yeah, that's a good point. Looks like Bonooru is waiting for night. He's gonna maybe return Richard and then pick up his weird egg.
So it's also going for the red rupees. So it's not going to wait for night. Oh, he's just going to refresh the rupees. We're returning the dog. Let's see what he gets for his troubles. Ah,
It's the standard reward for returning a dog.
$5. So pick up that egg. And the guards down here. Weird egg, and I think Bonooru is going to go ahead and look for that information here.
Oh, Bonooru is going straight to Impa.
So it's picking up a lot of sticks. A lot of sticks.
Looks like he might be going adult right away.
Each chess game is huge rupee.
Zora's domain is Way of the Hero. A water temple is Barren.
Always feels bad when you get the duplicates right next to each other like that.
Well, it's not terrible. If we find a third one, we know there's 2 checks. 2 out of the 3 checks in domain are Way of the
This is starting up this slingshot game. Owner just waiting on day.
We did see a bigger on his dead hint in that group as well.
Uh-oh. That could mean early Skulltulas in logic.
We're picking up the Zelda's letter, and let's see what he gets here. The Sun Song. All right, for the Zelda.
It's not a bad song to get early for routing purposes.
Allows him to control that daytime cycle, like you were saying.
Yep, and as Wizard Dragon points out, it makes routing Skulltulas easier too.
Sis working the... You know, also return that dog for $5. Bonooru starting up the child shooting gallery.
Bar runners trading positions. I wonder if Bonooru is now going to head adult though.
Check out that information first, probably head adult.
This is the Void Seed. He did roll it, I believe. The better question, is it a Void Seed or is it a Diob Seed?
Bonooru, go ahead and go adult right now. Some of his plays probably just head over to Kakariko.
Get our look at our medallions here.
Water spirit.
He kind of mashed through the end there. I didn't catch him.
Okay, Forest Medallion and Water Temple. Spirit has a medallion. I didn't catch which one. It was either fire or water. Jabu is either fire or water. And Dodongo's Cavern has the...
So kid, heavy medallion set tonight.
Yes, all 3 dungeons have medallions.
Did I say the night? It's the middle of the afternoon.
It's night somewhere. It's okay.
I guess
Yeah.
maybe it's the evening for Bonooru. Not forget where Exodus is.
Exodus is playing out of the US, and Bonner is in France. Exodus picking up his Zelda's letter. Be interesting to see. I assume he's probably going to go adult as well.
You might be doing the Child 3 song route. You know, head to Lon Lon Ranch and then to the Lost
Okay.
Woods.
If he goes adult, he's really going to stay behind in this race. He's going to have to make some adjustments. Blue Rupee from Rufio there.
Rupee! Oh!
More information. Kakariko Village is in the way of the hero. Well, that's convenient. Hey there. Another Blue Rupee. Yeah, Exodus is going to go pop adult real quick.
Pop adult. I guess he is popping that sword out of the pedestal.
You can't actually hear it, but it makes a popping noise when you pull it out.
Speaking of swords, though, it's a real one, too.
Gary, very nice.
Ooh, that's even nicer.
Ooh, big Zelda's Lullaby pickup there.
Could very easily be the way of the hero.
Yeah, that's almost always required. I suppose it might not be required in this seed.
Yeah, Spirit has a few checks that are locked by ZL, and if any of those are keys,
Oh, wait, no,
then it'd
water
be
temple.
logically required.
Yeah.
Water as well.
Got all that information on the medallions finally, and Bonner's going to start adult shooting gallery. Let's see if he gets another bloopy for his trouble. Very nice. Ooh, arrows.
Arrows for the shooting game. That's fitting, I guess.
Hey, you used all these arrows, have some more. Ooh.
Yeah, no, luckily you don't have to actually spend any from your quiver to play.
I
That'd
know.
be that, right? You needed like a full quiver to play it. Ooh, that's a nice.
He's gonna head on over to Dampe.
So here's a note. Don't have both racers' audio on at the same time if they're in the same place and they don't have random music.
Oh, more rupees. These guys are loaded so far.
And, here in the graveyard, that means we are about to see the grandpa races. Get your bets in chat. What do you think these racers are going to pull off today?
49, 46. Wow.
Hex Queen Sarah has big confidence in Bonooru as he pulls the bomb back from the ship.
Oh my goodness. Big pickup there.
Shoes are nice. The bomb bag, nicer.
Very nice. Very nice. Just gonna go check that royal tomb. See what song he gets for his troubles.
Yeah, a little bit of a high five as both racers playing ZL there. Oh, that's a good point, Toxic Oxygen. Exodus skipping out on that Kokiri. So
Yes. Very interesting.
Come
Well,
back
he
to
did pick up a
Biden.
lot of. He picked up a lot of sticks when he was child.
Yep.
90 rupees on sticks.
But seeing how many child dungeons there are, that might tempt me to pick that sword.
Baron picked up for Bonooru there.
Alright, here we go. Dampe race, 1 for Bonooru.
Exodus picking up those bomb juice now.
And anyone skipped out on the end of the hype race last night of ATZ versus Tresco. You missed at the very end, after everything was over. Again, no spoilers for anyone who wants to go back and watch the VOD. But ATZ was doing the Dampe Race 2 with the Iron Boots. It was a really exciting end to the stream.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see him do what he did there.
I think exciting end is an understatement. I'm pretty sure everyone was dead. Everyone was dead after with commentary, so it was just literally everyone staring at ATZ just like, do it already.
Well, and then I popped in at the end, and I was the good luck charm.
Alright, let's see.
I literally, I was commentating the whole race. I left to eat dinner, and then it seemed like everything was, finished up. I come back, everyone's still in chat, and, yeah.
49. I saw somebody predict 49.
Yep. There was a winner in chat.
Iku Maksiv, I believe. Oh, more hearts.
He won absolutely nothing. But next round, you might want to disclose whether you're betting on Exodus's Dampe 1 versus Bono's Dampe 2. High-fiving in the grave.
Yeah, Exodus decided to he opted to go straight to Dampes instead of going through the Royal Tomb and all the other chicks.
Looks like Exodus is going to be a few seconds behind Bono's Dampe 1. Or, nope.
Could have come real close. Tied it. Wow. They both did eat one
Bono
flame.
2. Bono 2 is tied with Bono 1.
Wow. A lot of parity here.
And it speaks to Bonooru's consistency.
I've got to give respect for Doxo for predicting that perfectly. 49 on both of them.
And I really enjoyed that high five as they both were doing the side hops for the void out there.
Yep. Yeah. Very cool.
Almost
see if
like
Exodus can pick up
synchronized
some time
timing
here.
or whatnot.
Pick up like a 48 maybe. Shave 1 second off.
He needs all the seconds he can get. No,
Already
seconds,
in the
not
center.
flames.
Kakariko Center Grotto. Oh, 2 flames. It's gonna come a little bit behind 49, I think. 4 arrows for Bonooru. D3.
It moves in 4 seconds.
You gonna pick up that Kakariko sword now? Doesn't look like it.
Bonooru, the proud member of Team Bioshield.
Up that mountain trail with all those bombs, it's gonna feel nice.
Well, he's gonna probably be making progression towards his Rainbow Bridge, jump into DC. That'll actually be his light arrow cutscene that we might see sub-hour into this.
Oh, he's getting ready. It always feels weird to do the Dango Cavern as adult for me. Just
Man, it's weird to do it as a child now.
I think I've forgotten the child strats at this point.
Should go back and watch last night's race. ATZ was spending as much time as possible as a child.
wasn't Cavern's serious song. Of information that's giving us where not to go, but not so much information telling us where we should go for these runners here.
Yep. Got our Barren hints. We got, big pose and chess game dead.
Yeah, it's got to be a relief to these runners, those, because some of those are very tedious. We're making quick work of this DC so far. Nehru's love.
Found our protection.
And it looks like Exodus finally picked up that serenade. Exodus also gonna check that re-dead. Think he'll be too thrilled to find out that he got more arrows. Looks like Exodus is also heading up to DC. He's gonna buy a shield first. I know it's early on, but you got to start to think about where Exodus is going to try to make up ground here.
Yep. I'm sure he feels a little behind in some of his execution.
Yeah. You have to assume the guy you're racing against is executing perfectly.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about that. You can't go into the other player's game and, make him drop his cuckoo or his bomb or something. So you just have to play to the best of your own abilities.
Ooh, silver scale.
Might be leading towards Jabu Jabu.
Exodus finally enters DC here. Better try to make up some time.
off we go to the boss.
Not
What's
before
above the
Knight's
boss?
Pizza Hut.
Oh, more pizza. That pointing out that those bombs were, in fact, vanilla.
Once we're
Oh,
done
I
here,
missed the second bomb bag. So,
yeah, vanilla bombs. But once we're done here in Dodongos, we're pretty much locked out of all the other dungeons, so we might finally see some route diversion here.
Interesting to see what our Bonooru here. Maybe it'll actually just open up. Maybe he gets the hook shot, open up Forest Temple. We'll see.
he could dip into the fire temple.
Yeah, that's true.
With the bow, he can open up the crater, and with the hover boots, he can get across the bridge.
Magic.
Yeah, otherwise there's a
Magic.
whole lot of... Ooh, magic. Speak louder for progression items.
Oh, magic! That's never
Get
even
hype.
open up set of neighbors right now.
Hey Void, it's like 30 minutes in, and you haven't sold out yet. Are you feeling okay, bud?
I have to do some behind the scenes stuff right now, so yeah.
Still fixing those problems, huh?
No,
One
I'm not
bomb.
fixing any problems. I fixed the problems like in the first 2 minutes. I just found out some stuff on other things, and I have to organize the schedule for 2 weeks' time. So
Relay race!
actually, I can sell that out since that's appropriately on topic. In 2 weeks' time, we will have a rando relay. It won't be a race or anything. It will just be us restreamers all trying out all the tips. Oh, that's Ruta's letter.
Ooh. Fishing
Oh,
immaturity is something?
Anyways, so yeah, on the 18th, I believe, which is just over a week, actually. Got Hammer as well? God damn it. Let me sell out, game!
I think
Let's
you
just
might
get in
be
the
a little
IRC
bit
and
ahead
tell
of
them to
us.
stop opening checks while you talk about the relays. Hook shot!
Hook shot!
I'm gonna shut up now.
Where was the hammer?
We got a hint that it's adult fishing.
Gold fishing, yeah.
Oh, that's what fishing was. Okay. Yeah, hype relay, ZSR restreamers, all the Zelda randomizers. Gonna be fun.
Okay. I'm gonna take a risk here. So
It's just
in-
arrows. Go ahead.
on the 18th, we will be having a relay with all the restreamers, each trying out a well, not a brand new, a new randomizer to them. We will be basically doing them blind, so you get the enjoyment of us learning about it and talking to a couple of the coaches from each of the communities as we go through it. So if you want to check out some new randomizers and see what each of the different randomizers have to offer, Zelda-wise, of course, then you might want to tune in for that. It's going to be, I think the aim is 58 hours currently. So we're going to be we're going to be doing those back to back, swapping out with each other, and yeah, it's going to be a blast. I'm going to be sorting out the schedule for that in a second. I won't announce it though because I need to get everyone's approval. But yeah, everyone's been selected for their games. Every Zelda game is being represented, so it'll be a blast. So I hope you all tune in for that relay.
Is the schedule going to reflect the chronological release date of these games?
God, no. We randomized who took each race, and it's already going to be a pain trying to work around everyone's different schedule. So
Okay.
we are going to do, and we randomly chose who gets what game, so it'll be a pain in the ass to try and figure out how to do it that way. So I'll try and keep it to a sensible order.
I mean, it would make sense thematically to randomize it. So
yeah. But randomizing the
is
actual
fitting.
schedule would not work. I would actually want to. I actually hate myself if I tried to randomize it.
I know I'm looking forward to the Zelda 1 stuff. I'm in charge of those flags.
Zuta will be played by Dragonbane. Dragonbane, if you don't know him, he's the mind behind the Twilight Princess beta quest, and he's also one of the lead programmers behind ZSR. So yeah, it's gonna be fun watching him play that. He's never touched it. Also, Trez keeps saying he's bad at games, but that doesn't mean much.
Trez does a lot of trash talking. But last night we saw a rare occasion, Humble Trez. We might need to add a ZSR Humble in to our emo.
By the way, I completely forgot to mention, thank you, Nikai, for the Twitch Prime sub and continuing on for 6 months. We really appreciate it. As well as Cosmo Rama. I'm not even going to try that. 31 for the Twitch Prime for 2 months as well. So thank you both of you. We really appreciate it.
One step closer to our sing-along song.
Alright, as we check back in here, we saw that Bonooru actually picked up that, I believe, the Prelude of Light and got the adult's wallet.
And I'm going to have to ask Bonooru how exactly to get that Skulltula inside the rock like that.
I believe he's got 7 now. We also learned that 50 Skulls is dead.
I can get the backflip into the other boulder on Death Mountain Trail, upward the Falling Rocks, but I cannot clip my hook shot in there well enough to pick up the Skulltula on the second one outside the city.
We're checking the Lost Woods Grottos here. Exodus working his way through the maze. Ooh, nice ice trap for his troubles there. 1 bomb for 1 ice trap.
Getting the Mino skip. I believe we saw Sarya's song is in the Ice Cavern.
So we did learn that.
So with that Rudo's letter, that technically is in logic. So that is not a sequence break, just a big time save.
I believe Exodus missed out on that hook shot. Be a big problem for him later on.
He might route it back in. He might be going through the crater, up through the summit, and then back into the city. So he might route that back in. It won't really affect him going through the crater either, thankfully. But Bonooru did get that hook shot out of logic with putting on those hover boots and backflipping. That's when Void was trying to sell out as best he could. But Bonooru wasn't making it easy.
You see Bonooru is probably going to make his way towards the Forest Temple here, and since he's got everything required for it.
Swag jump, ground jump up there to dodge the moblin. No new info on these hint stones.
It's like the Bolero over at Forest Temple.
No more new info. We already knew Big Pose was dead there. Oh, looks like Bonooru's actually going to go to Temple of Time instead of starting up the Forest Temple.
Yeah, I think he's headed back child. The forest being a stone, yeah, he's going to avoid that like the plague, though.
Right, makes sense.
I mean, not always, but sometimes.
Who knows? Maybe Exodus goes forward. Well, if he does pick up that hook shot, goes to the Forest Temple, might pick up something very important there.
But that is another thing. These runners, it might be a logical all dungeon seed, but given the caliber of their skill, they might not necessarily need all dungeons.
Right, of course.
I think someone mentioned that minuets on OT. I missed that hint.
Ooh, I did too.
If that's true, then there won't be all dungeons because we can get Sarias from the ice cavern.
Exodus also prioritizing at least his 20 skull count, making good use of Sun Song.
We're gonna go check out the Great Fairy Fountain over by the castle.
And don't see this too often this early. It's double D.
Back to Temple of Time.
And Exodus still trailing Bonooru. I think Exodus is going to have to spice things up, make a gamble, and get lucky.
They already spiced it up by missing out on the hook shot. Maybe he'll get lucky. Maybe he'll get a little bit luckier later on.
Got a scale on Bonchu.
Okay. Bonooru hasn't been down to the lake yet as child or adult, so that'll be convenient.
Let's see if it's a real one. It is gold scale.
Very nice. Pick up the Sculptula. Eight now. It's gonna come up on the first Sculptula check pretty soon. There's a little bit of good news for both these runners as they've picked up quite a few rupees so far that these remaining checks won't have anymore. Nearly as much, hopefully.
Boulder of Destiny, just a pack of arrows.
Looks like we're off to the ranch.
Interesting to see that Bonooru hasn't actually equipped his Kokiri sword yet. But he actually got it.
He's got it marked on his tracker, so I think he knows he's got it. Exo's gonna dip Fire Temple. Yeah, it's interesting that he didn't go get his hammer before dipping fire here.
Well, Exodus didn't go into the Goron maze, right? So he didn't see that hint.
Oh, that's right.
I thought he did the right side.
Oh, yeah, he did the right side. He did see the hint.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have a hook shot to get to adult fishing.
Turn a shadow.
That's the
for
whole problem.
Bonooru.
Nocturne of Shadow's nice.
Exodus going back to child.
Yeah, unfortunately gonna miss out on that hook shot and hammer info. What might be headed to the lake as a child.
He does have the bomb, so he's got a couple grottos he could check. And then,
Bonooru down here at the lake. Probably headed in through Zora's River in a little bit.
Is that a fake Akiri sword down there?
That'd be funny. Whatever it is, Bonooru is not interested.
Bono's using his gold scale just as Exo picks his up.
This was another thing Tresco needs to practice on. And if you're listening, Tresco, either now or in the days of tomorrow.
Another bow.
quiver upgrade there. We're gonna go ahead and get that Scarecrow song done. We're going fishing, boys.
Hey, we know in 7 years he's gonna give us the hammer. What we got today?
That fish was not interested.
Oh. Finally reeled that thing in.
Mayru's Love. That's much better than the
Aurora's
hammer.
Wind.
Oh yeah, getting my goddesses mixed up.
It's not a bad find early on.
You know,
That's very
especially
much,
already having magic.
Yeah, it's very useful for good players. Just know how to use Aurora's Wind effectively. So
Could see a Jabu dip at this point.
Absolutely, in the area with the letter. I have thrown it out there to the color randomizer guru techie to randomize the colors that Nehru's Love and the Pharaoh's Wind have, so that could add to some name confusion too. Bonooru, unfortunately, not keeping track of his wallet very well, having to farm up this money to do the Zora diving game. Nice that he will come out $5 richer, the Zora. Interestingly enough, throw more money than their customers bet.
And not a sustainable business. But, right.
Yeah, I think King Zora tried to blame the collapse of Zora's domain on Ganon. But as you clearly see, after you defeat Ganon and clear out the water temple, it's still frozen over. Nothing it had to do with the economy.
I think that was a treasure chest game, and huge rupee.
Yep, we saw that earlier.
Yeah. Bonooru being really efficient with his time here. Really looking strong so far this race.
Yep, we are 50 minutes in. Exodus still kind of trailing Bonooru's routing. And I think at this point about maybe 5 or more minutes behind.
So he's finally picking up that Nocturne of Shadow. Be interesting to see if we see any divergence from him so far. The only thing we saw was him dipping in the Fire Temple, and that didn't really work out for him.
And unfortunately did not get that info for the hammer. Otherwise, definitely I think would have routed that differently.
I like this play that Bonooru's doing. Because he's got Furor's Wind, he can go, and Ruto's Letter, he can go check into Jabu to see if it's if the first chest has a boomerang, and if it doesn't, then he can just Furor Wind and then come back to it at a later point. So yeah.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
Really convenient.
So Domain is Way of the Hero, and both the child checks were empty, so I think that means King Zora's got something.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Oh my god.
Very good point.
We get to unfreeze King Zora! Pog!
We do. Toxic Auction in keeping track of our hints for us. 40 Sculptals is dead. I don't think we've seen 30 yet though. Well, that's good. If Exodus also heads this way, he will get that hammer hint outside this fairy fountain. He is headed to the lake. Well, he was already at the lake, but he's headed to a better vantage point.
Another pizza.
Are you sure, B. Luigi?
Yeah, I think he did right side maze and just skip the hover boot skip to the left side.
So that is even more curious as to why he dipped fire then. I guess he didn't have Bolero yet. Ooh, Fortress. Head.
So it's both our foolish hints for the seed.
Bonooru entering Jabu Jabu here.
Everyone's is at least top 3 dungeons. And what are y'all's least favorite dungeons?
Probably this one, to be honest. Jabu Jabu, I really hate the management of Rudo. Well, as a kid, I did.
I gotta
Yeah,
go with
find it.
Shadow Temple.
Yeah, I dislike both of those myself. Those were the two I was gonna say.
Both are runners now with the Scarecrow song. I think my favorite dungeon is Dodongo's Cavern, just because how quick it is and how fun it is to do as adult.
Like I said, doing DC as adult feels a little sacrilegious. You know?
Yeah, I have a friend who kind of agrees with you. Does not enjoy any of the sort of randomizer or video game hacks. He's a purist.
I'll do it if I need to. I just, I have a preference, that's all. But what's interesting about both these runners is that see the difference of movement, even though that both of them started racing rando about December of last year. And they both have speedrunner backgrounds. But you can clearly see who's a little bit more comfortable in this area here.
Yeah, Bonooru very efficient with his routing. Did not bother to go up Gerudo Valley, come out here to the Hyrule Field. But this is one of those gambles that could pay off. Oh, and we see we see Goron City Way the hero.
That could
Probably
be
our hook
any
shot.
number of things.
Yeah.
Double magic
Shot,
in the
a
deck.
letter. Might be forgetting something.
By giving us some hearts.
Bonooru's got a good chunk of skulls. Checking 10.
Gonna get his first check here.
Ooh,
Well
hello. So that
Wow.
could have also been our way the hero for
Way
Cat.
of the hero.
I feel like that is probably more useful.
More useful than Zelda's Lullaby? I don't think so.
Can't complete a seed without light arrows.
Yeah, but more useful.
You can't. Okay. You can't complete a seed without light arrows. You can complete a seed without Zelda's Lullaby.
I mean, I think Dotso could probably complete the game without light arrows.
I don't think Dotso wants to.
It's just a wrong warp and final boss scene, right? Would wrong warp be all wonky if you did it in the entrance randomizer?
Fool. Bonooru is a fool.
Oopsie.
Dear.
Actually, what would happen in that scenario?
I need a wrong warper to answer that.
Bonooru playing the memory game here. everyone's favorite check.
And now our whole audience is asleep. Thank you.
It wasn't as long as the last time. Last time I really went into it.
Do you at least have the marker to draw on all their faces? Good.
We're getting some bombs for that memory game.
I think that's our third CAC Way of the Hero.
Ooh, interesting.
Wait, so it was both?
Yeah, they're both Way of the Hero.
Damn it.
Yep.
And maybe something else. We still haven't seen 20 or 30 yet.
Or Kuiper's favorite check.
I think we're just missing the 30 hint.
Yes, sir.
Was 20? Did we see?
We don't get a hint for 20. They'll just have to collect 20 and check it.
Well, it is possible to be in one of the 4 hints similar to like Big Po chess minigame. I'm not sure if we found all of those.
Yeah, we've got the 4 location. We got Pose, Ice Cavern Song, Hammer at Fishing, and the Lens game.
Ah. At least someone's keeping track.
I've got a giant legal notepad with
Oh, big Goron.
undecipherable notes on it.
Unfortunately, nothing here in Child Goron City unless it's behind Darunia. Oh wait. Ooh, we found the big Goron sword. Never mind.
Hang on.
Big Goron dropped.
I need to go back for a second here. Did you say a giant legal notepad?
Yeah.
What's an illegal notepad?
You know
I
those
wouldn't tell
tiny
you if I
ones that
knew.
you can fit in your pocket.
So
why-
portable notepads are legal.
They are. That's why when you're talking to the cops, they always say, "Hey, get your hands out of your pocket."
Because you might have an illegal notepad in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I search your pockets?
I'd rather you didn't.
No, you have to respond. What's your probable cause, officer? And then, unless it works differently in the UK.
Illegal notepad is when you don't activate your Windows license. I enjoyed that way too much. But thank you, who was it? Neonius. Thank you very much for that one.
Alright. So Exodus getting his light arrows as Bonooru is getting is that opponent's on.
Wait, actually, would the illegal notepad... So would the legal notepad be Notepad++? And the illegal one, Notepad? Because Notepad's broken when you try to look at anything.
We're gonna go ahead and pop adult here.
I probably deserve that.
And got a boo in the chat for you.
Yeah, I think we really need that ZSR blame discount. Thought Bonooru was maybe jumping into the fire temple, but he is avoiding those stones. Or no, he doesn't have the hammer yet. Where are you headed, Bonooru? Oh, the Zora's River, maybe?
Crosswords. Or the Zoras.
I'm not sure if Bonooru is headed. Oh, it does look like he is headed to the ice cavern. Nope.
It's not a
nope,
bad
never mind.
play considering you can bring out some
is.
blue fire and get your way to the hero from King Zora.
Oh, yeah, that's it. He's following his way, the hero. That's it for sure. Gets the clutch first try hover strats into the domain, even though he did have Zio.
Void, do you want to open a bet on what's on King Zora?
Sure.
Ooh, good idea.
Okay. Betting will open as soon as Bonooru gets inside of Ice Cavern.
I'm surprised he didn't use his gold scale to try to peek at the bottom of the lake.
A couple people betting for slingshot. Strength upgrade.
Did I get the first slingshot bet in? I did.
Yes, you did.
Take that, soy sauce. We are not playing in the plentiful settings, a statute. There will not be 2 Rudo's letters. If you want 2 Rudo's letters, you can make that a possibility. Maybe.
I really appreciate White Thunder's bet. The most accurate one so far.
Oh no, soy sauce. My chat says I got it in first. Boy,
So
be the
just to
tiebreaker.
clarify, technically you both got first because August you're in for the premium bets, and then Soy Sauce is in for the others bet. So.
Uh-oh. Do you mean soy sauce is not subscribed to ZSR?
Apparently not.
Soy sauce, did you know that if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch Prime subscription?
He sold
Just
out,
have to
not
link your
me.
account. Pizza Heart in the first chest in the ice cavern. There's Exodus getting the angry 3 rupees. Not having a lot of luck with this pottery. And this is time that he does not want to be given to Bonooru.
Definitely not. You really want to see really clean performance out of these two because their next matchup, ATZ. Whoever wins this plays ATZ, and
Who's
they're gonna
that
have to
now?
be.
I don't know anything
Some
about that
no-name.
runner.
Yeah.
Must be a scrub. They don't have much to worry about.
I think he's a casual Let's player, from what I've heard, but I don't know too much about him.
And he is lower bracket, right? So definitely not
Oh yeah,
good a
loser
player as these
bracket.
other guys.
Feels bad.
So you really want to see the best, very clean execution out of these two, because they're gonna need that kind of play going up against ATZ.
Yeah, all memeing asides, it's gonna be a good one next matchup. Nerve-wracking for one of these two.
ATZ coming in as the first seed, but Bonooru had to beat the second seed just to get into this matchup. and promising in that one too.
To answer a question in chat, I don't believe Exo dipped into Jabu Jabu. Yeah, but get your bets in. I'm sure Void will be closing betting in any moment.
I will
We
be
are finishing
closing
the ice cap.
betting. I'll be closing betting as soon as the song prompt comes up for Ice Cavern. So if you still haven't got your bet, reminder that the bet is what will King Zora hold. So you have until the song pops up for you to bet. So get those in now.
Yeah, we know Zora's domain is way the hero, and the other 2 checks in there were absolute garbage. So King Zora is holding out on some logically required item.
We know the song too. Sorry, a song that they'll be grabbing here out of the ice cavern. The song of Storm's Bet is very interesting. See if that works out for you there, friend.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, the songs are not shuffled into the item pool. Songs are in song locations. Here we go, as Exodus in Zora's River. I don't think we've seen the whole river yet.
Exodus picking up that duplicate information. The 40 Sculptureless is dead. Having that serious song over there for Bonooru.
ATZ will be playing in loser brackets as soon as as soon as the winner of this match schedules it with him. So he's literally just waiting on this match.
One's going to be an exciting one for sure. Always love seeing
That's
ATZ
why he had
play.
a little bit of spare time last night for the fun.
Bonooru voiding out so he can get out of the ice cavern a little bit quicker.
Yeah, but
Gonna
he's
go ahead
not
and-
using that gold scale to peek at the bottom of the lake.
I believe he did that before he went into the ice cavern.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that then. I was watching one of his streams that I learned that was possible.
Alright.
There's the moment of truth.
Exodus picking up beans. Bonooru getting.
Oh man! All hail Lord Banana.
Boomerang.
Well, that's important.
Unfortunately, it's not as good as finding Rudo's letter on King Zora, but it's almost second best.
So
Have to find the letter, turn it in, go to Ice Cavern, get the boomerang, come back to Jabu. Luckily, he set fair as a win.
So our premium winner is iBot, and our pleb winner is Cola. So congratulations to them two.
Winner. Cola OSU. Does that mean he gets back in?
No.
So I tried Cola.
Cola at the 32 seed, making it all the way to like loser semis. That's really good.
Yeah, shows what practice gives you.
Bonooru went ahead and went child, and he's going back to Zora's, I assume. In hand.
Oh, what was that?
Shot on 30.
Oh, okay. Alright. Not the greatest 30 thing, but if target in the woods is something.
Yeah, it could be logically required for the Goma fight.
Oh, it's yeah, there might be another one out there. Oh, they did.
Oh, I missed the slingshot. Where was that?
Lower in the river, I guess.
I stand corrected.
So it's all of our Skulltula hints. Skulltula house is dead, other than Light Arrows being on 10 skulls. I guess we haven't seen 20 yet either.
Bonooru get his slingshot? I only see Exodus with his.
Yep, no, Bonner has not done Zora's River yet. He's in Jabu Jabu, finishing it up.
Is that utilization of Furor's win there? Knew he'd
Yeah,
be
how
coming back, so they popped it.
Which entrance did he jump into to? Or no, I guess he just went in the vanilla entrance. I was thinking he
Maybe
might like
with the
warp
bitch.
to the fire temple to use it, but I guess warping to Serenade was faster. Maybe.
Just going ahead and doing that diving game. It's gonna be really excited to find out that there's some sticks at the end of his journey there. We're getting some arrows.
Yeah, I think if I was in Bono's situation there, I would have warped to the fire temple. He couldn't have warped to Spirit because we don't have Requiem, but you can get into the fire temple as a child. I guess he could, if he had Din's Fire, he could have also opened up the Shadow Temple, but that would have been a little bit of time loss just casting the spell. Finding a stick capacity upgrade here in Jabu Jabu. And we are 75 minutes in. Still don't have any strength upgrades. We need 2 of those, a mirror shield, iron boots, and another hook shot in order to, I guess potentially the iron boots, in order to complete this seed. Just a handful of items remaining.
And this is where if you're Exodus here, you're gonna have to make some risky plays, see if you can find some of those items before Bonooru does.
Yep, I think his saving grace would be dipping something like the Forest Temple or going back into the Fire Temple. Unfortunately, Forest is a ways away with Minuet being on the Ocarina of Time. It's not too bad to get there from Bolero of Fire. But I've definitely watched Bonooru, and he avoids these stone dungeons with everything he can. Sometimes it comes back to bite him.
Not a bad
That will
idea
be
overall, though. Knowing that you want to get everything that's required first. Stuff that you have to.
So just getting that Gerudo Fortress, verifying it is the fortress. Not as good as GTG being Barren.
You mean you don't like GTG?
It's not terrible, but when you see that it's Barren, it's a very nice feeling.
We see Rudo picking up that Zora Sapphire there. She's a fool. That's not actually the Sapphire. We've learned earlier that Jabu actually holds, I believe is the
It's water medallion.
water medallion. That's right. We're making quick work here.
So, Curry Chicken's Lord Banana was on King Zora. They're taking out the noodles. Both our runners in Jabu Jabu.
We're finishing up Jabu Jabu here and it. There's been a lot of parity though between these two runners. Exodus has basically followed Bonooru step for step the whole way.
And let's check out this Barren fight. It's a very sexy fight when it's done optimally.
When not done optimally, it's very frustrating.
Feels
You're
bad.
not somebody who plays this quite often. OoT player definitely can be a pain.
It's just knowing how to nut those first two phases of the jellyfish.
Yeah, if you let that second set of jellyfish get going, it's bad time.
Bonooru making it look easy.
Like he's made everything look easy so far. Time he ate fire and damp haze. Perfect outside of that.
I guess, yeah, it was a frozen boomerang.
We're getting that water medallion. He's got 4 of the 6 now. This needs to finish water and spirit temple. Grab the last 2.
Spirit could prove to be a pain at this point. We still need 2 strengths. Mirror, we don't know where Requiem is. So we're ways off from beating it.
Definitely so. Definitely so. This still doesn't have the boomerang. Still probably is not gonna for a while either.
Well, he should have narrowed down that Zoro's domain way of the hero. Bonooru clearing out his Lost Wood checks and his, Oh, there's our strength upgrade. 1 of 3.
Very nice. Very nice pickup there.
It would be pretty amazing if Darunia has a second one.
As long as we don't try to open up.
But Bonooru does not have the slingshot to clear out the Lost Wood.
To see Serious Song come out and not Zelda's Lullaby. Maybe Runner did in the yesterday's race.
What the fuck is happening in chat right now?
Why so serious?
No, seriously, what the hell is happening? I'm busy working on a schedule. I look over and everyone's decided, like, August is a her? Like, what?
What now? No.
When did this start?
So he's finally heading over to Ice Cavern. He's gonna get his Serious Song and Boomerang as well.
I don't think so.
Sorry, what's that you cut out for me?
Just arguing with chat. I don't think I'm a she-clown. I'm pretty sure.
Did Bonooru get lens? Because Exodus just got lens.
Yes, that was the lens of truth there on the iceberg. But given that I'm sure Bonooru saw that the treasure chest minigame is dead, he no longer requires the lens.
Oh, that's right. That is right.
Not sure if Exodus may be a little less confident in his lensless wasteland, but yeah. Certainly won't need it for those invisible chests or the Shadow Temple.
We're finally getting his beans. It's like it's bombs up there on the Mars Rivers check. Probably gonna get his slingshot though.
Yep, slingshot time for Bonooru.
Didn't. Anybody else see him like reset maybe?
What? Reset what?
The stream he went back in time on for me.
Oh, yeah. Possible resynchronization.
It's his slingshot there.
Where did all this this pronoun talk come from in chat? One typo and the entire chat is completely
Whole
derailed.
can of worms.
Here, I have a friend here that can help you guys.
Everybody needs to know that pronouns are all what they are, and Elmo doesn't mind if you call Elmo an it.
You what?
Elmo prefers the pronoun it. There are some people in chat who say it is derogatory, but Elmo doesn't mind.
Oh god. Bonooru picking up 5 rupees for the slingshot. Game in Lost Woods, and now he's going back to adult. Exodus finishing up the ice cavern here.
Thank you, Elmo. Everyone, be sure to tune in to Sesame Street weekdays on whatever channel Sesame Street's on. Tune in to Elmo.
This is why I identify as a panda, because I don't have to deal with this shit. That's all I'm saying.
And pandas are so cuddly, too. Not really. Please do not go out into the wild and try to cuddle a panda. They prefer their solitude.
Luck finding a panda in the wild.
Pandas are not genderless, they're just too stupid to figure out what gender they are.
Bonooru picking up his hammer. I wonder if he's gonna dip into the fire temple. I think he's running out of spots to check.
Sure, for sure. I don't. Did he check the what is it? The Gerudo Valley. But
Yeah, I don't know if he has gone down there as a child.
there's nothing there as a child anyway. But that might see him go back for that.
So the song locations that we don't have are the Temple of Time, Burning Kakariko,
Spirit Temple.
yes, and Spirit Temple. There we go.
So Requiem's one of those three, so it's either vanilla or it's locked behind our medallions.
Yep.
The Megaton Hammer.
And if Child Spirits required, we know it cannot be locked behind those, the Burning Caxon. And I missed when Bonooru first came here as adult. Did he shoot the sun? Did anyone catch?
I don't think we've seen that yet.
We can't get to it, but we could at least check it out now that accurate models are a thing. At least semi-accurate models. Could always be the ice trap.
Just getting his, finally finishing up Bass Cavern here.
And Bonooru is summoning his horse. Maybe headed over to GTG. I think there's a couple grottos in the field we haven't seen. The southeast ATZ's grotto. Haven't seen the Royal Tomb chest also. Or chickens. Other than that, we're kind of running out of spots to look for our progression. Here it is, 90 minutes in Exodus getting his frozen banana. I wonder if the red ice adds any flavor to it.
I can't imagine what cherry banana would taste like.
Ooh, cherry banana. Interesting.
But right, it's red ice, right? So it's got to be like cherry or strawberry.
Yeah, maybe raspberry or an entire berry medley.
Oh, berry medley.
Well, that would be interesting. Hey,
like...
Void, I know you're muted, but I hope you can hear me.
Hi.
For your bake-off, it would be really fun if you and Trezco did something with red ice. And or blue fire.
No.
That seems easier than blue fire. To be honest.
Alright, I'm gonna be on Team Trezco for the bake-off. I'm gonna talk him into making something with red ice and blue fire.
Speaking of which, I need to work on some cakes some more. And not burn them. Or still have them raw. That was a weird situation.
I beg to differ in with someone in chat. You most certainly can make red ice. Absolutely. Frozen Kool-Aid, there we go. Perfect recipe there. And blue fire, you absolutely can do. You just have to burn some sort of chemical. Not sure if that would make the food toxic or not, but...
I believe burning copper will give you a nice blue flame, but you definitely don't want to eat it afterwards, so...
Are you guys trying to help me? I'm confused right now.
Extreme value to the bake-off.
Alcohol's
Right.
burn blue.
Now we're on to something.
You guys are all terrible.
You're the
Only
one who
eats
signed up
horses,
for
those,
the bake.
Sorry.
Yeah,
No,
Chad is
go.
right. It's not copper. Copper burns green, cobalt burns blue. You're right. Either way, you still don't want to eat it
That's
afterwards.
nice.
Don't those, like, sterno cans that you use when you go camping burn blue, too?
I haven't gone camping since I was a wee lad.
Anything that burns hot enough will burn blue. And it's not as very safe for cooking at that point. We're heading over to Gerudo Valley here.
Ooh, and
There's our
Din's
Din's
fire. Hello, Shadow Temple. Ooh, that's true. A hammer-locked shadow item.
Bono's got 20 skulls that he should be done for skulls for the seed.
Now, Din's fire shouldn't be for the spirit temple. We already have the fire arrows. Or do we? Maybe not. No, I'm thinking of something else.
Bonooru getting thrown in jail here. Looks like Exodus is gonna go ahead and complete Jabu Jabu.
Honor taking out those ladies.
We know Fortress is Barren, so we should see him go right into GTG at this point.
Yep. Now, this is something if Bonooru digs out GTG and finds nothing, and Exodus chooses not to dig out GTG, it could make up a whole big chunk of time for him.
Yeah, we're missing enough items at this point that Exodus is not out of this race by any stretch.
Stone of Agony. Turn of the game.
Nope, to answer a question in chat, GTG and Fortress are separate areas. Do not apply to the same hint locations and whatnot. Yep, to answer another question in chat, OoTRandomizer.com is the official place to generate your Zooter seeds. Feel free, it is perfectly safe. That's where this very seed was genned this morning, / evening, wherever you might be located.
And I would suggest go ahead and trying the challenge seed out. It's this time. Some of them are not so fun.
Yeah, and if you're new to the randomizer, feel free to join our Discord server. Plenty of people in there to help you figure out what you need to do, how to play.
The Bonooru making his way through GTG here. Exodus finishing up Jabu Jabus.
Get in my belly.
Nothing but keys and junk so far in GTG. Oh, did he find a strength in there? I must have missed that.
No, he found his strength from the Skull Kid in the Lost Woods.
Okay.
So most likely Ice Cavern doubly required for the boomerang and the strength upgrade. Unfortunately, a whole lot of nothing so far in GTG.
Yeah, we're kind of just scraping the barrel here. Gonna find whatever they can. Desperate for progression for both of these guys.
So where does Exodus head next? He's grabbing his slingshot. Looks like he's headed towards Lost Woods. So I'll probably be picking up his strength. And if that target in the woods is something, that's also going to be pretty big for Exodus. Bonooru almost forgetting to check out the right side of the maze.
Or resetting after seeing that piece of heart.
Yep, one Pizza Hut, one key. I didn't see what was in the center of the kind of the Silver Rupee room towards the. Strength upgrade for Exodus. Let's see if this target is anything. Again, this is something that Bonooru skipped out on. Didn't have the slingshot when he was clearing out the Lost Woods.
He went back and got it. They believe it was 5 rupees.
Oh, okay. Oh, big pull
Believe you
there
were,
for Bonooru.
I believe you were Elmo at the time.
And our special guest was here.
I mean, Elmo stopped in, not you. Not you being Elmo, of course. Elmo stopped in.
Yeah, Elmo is a solid friend. We've been buddies ever since I was a young lad. We've stayed in touch.
Another reset. Really nothing coming out of GTG there. Yeah, Forlin pointing out that Hookshot was logically locked behind Hammer.
Yep.
We see Exodus.
GTG not paying off for Bonooru.
We see Exodus without his hookshot still.
Oh, but here in Kakariko, is he gonna do chickens? Hour 43 in? Nope. He's getting some Skulltulas. He's probably close to 20.
I imagine he's really close if he's going to make this play.
Well, Bonooru headed into the desert. He's either gonna get Requiem, Vanilla Requiem, Song of Storms, or the Song of Time out here.
Yeah, Exodus just picked up his 18th Skulltula token, so should see him get that 20 soon.
Ooh, I just had an evil thought. So if we find the long shot somewhere out here, maybe in on the way to Spirit, and we clear out the water temple, we get Song of Storms, we could see a play for the well.
Well, you say.
I do indeed.
I believe the well is everyone's favorite area in the Ocarina of Time. Just love going well.
I don't know if people prefer the well over the ice cavern, maybe, but yeah, it's definitely worked up its meme here on ZSR. Bonooru still making this game look easy.
Executed that like perfectly.
I don't
If he
have.
comes out with the victory here, I can't wait to see that matchup with him and ATZ. That would be really fun.
And here we do. Exodus is doing chickens. Hour 45 in. I bet Yoshi Kazan would have some words for him. Something like, I'm sorry, but you just don't do chickens over an hour in. You do it first 20.
Well, if there's an exception, double Kakwe the hero is it.
Yeah. It was. I apologize, Yoshi. I need some practice. Spend too much time on my Elmo and Jigglypuff.
Yeah, Doc, we've seen 3 Kakwe the hero stones.
Yep.
Yeah, as chat's pointing out, we have seen 2 items already that are way of the hero, so guaranteed to be anything good, but I think it's worth doing.
Song of Time picked up by Bonooru there.
And might be headed into the Shadow Temple.
Oh. Go get that Royal's Tomb check.
Yuck. And you with just the Zora tunic.
We've got a wallet, so I don't think that can be... Well, you require 2 wallets, right, to buy the Zora's tunic, so maybe it's way of the hero for something. Water temple like the boss key.
Yeah, the boss key certainly could be in the central pillar. That's I think the only location the Zora tunic is logically required for. But with
We
all
know
these
it's Barren,
hearts,
so it's not going to have any like items that we need.
Yep. Well, with all these hearts, these runners shouldn't need the tunic.
And I believe that's everything for Skulltula House now.
Yep, Skulltula.
And that for the rest of the game. Oh, Shadow Temple it is.
But I guess in terms of your stone dungeons, this is the greatest check density. Exo really hurting without that hook shot. Going to the lake, gonna grab his hammer.
And you really wonder if he's actually ever gonna have time to go back for it.
Well, eventually he'll run out of checks.
Yeah, I know, but by that time it might be way too late.
Yeah. But if he, after getting the hammer, if he does something crazy like going in the fire temple, and finding just the things he needs, it could be a big save. But they are pretty much, yeah, they are tied up on in terms of items other than that dense fire.
The hook shot, of course.
Oh wait, sorry, I've been really busy working on the scheduling. Is there actually a
Yes.
required item in here, or is he checking hip items?
He is checking. He does not know anything. It's,
Well, Then,
running out of check.
if that's the case, then I want to show off a new card that someone in the community made.
Uh-oh.
Stone Shadow Starter Kit.
Awesome.
We had our hover boots in Mido's house. We had magic fairly accessible, and Din's fire was blocked by the hammer and Gerudo out. And Malin had once again, Malin tends to have Nocturne Shadow. She's a very odd young lady.
Let me quickly find who made this so I can credit them, because I feel bad otherwise. It was made by...
So just go ahead and picked up that Megaton hammer.
It was... The card was made by Joe Forever in the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Discord. If you want, if you look in social, you have to scroll up a bit to find it. But yeah, he's the one who made it, so full credit to him for making the card.
Nothing but a couple of keys so far in the Shadow Temple. And actually, looking at my notes, I think there's absolutely nothing left for Bonooru to do other than some stone dungeon.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine too. There's information on the stone dungeons being dead or anything like that. So maybe we'll see them dip into each one. Wouldn't that be fun?
Exodus is making his hammer rounds. Stumble into that hook shot here.
Probably gonna be kicking himself when he finds it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to remember to ask Exodus in the post race if he joins, if he has ever practiced or even knows about the hovers into the left side of the maze. I'm sure he knows about it, but
Yeah, he might not have had any experience with it.
yep. When you're racing against, someone like Bonooru, Marco, race time is not the best time to be looking up strats on the fly.
Yeah, and he's
Oh,
back at the maze now.
I guess someone in chat saying that Exodus actually made a vid regarding the hover boot strat over to this chat. Alright, so I guess I don't need to ask him that question.
You can ask him why he decided to not do it.
Yeah. There it is, and no shield dancing either.
You see, he has a little moment of reflection there.
It's like, all right, what is that unlock? Where can I go? It's headed to the lake. Interesting.
Yeah, it looked like the way he paused, he probably might be a little bit upset. Opened up that chest and just took a second to breathe, I think. Realizing that what he missed out on. This might give him information to the fact that he might be might try to go for something a little more risky now.
He's grabbing Pierre. Is he headed to GTG, or is he thinking the Fire Temple? Fire Temple would be the bigger gamble, and it could pay off for him.
At this point, you need the biggest gamble. If you assume that your opponent got that hook shot when they first went through, you've gotta think that you're pretty far behind.
Yep, and just kind of rack your brain. All right, where does Bonooru not want to go?
If you watch Bonooru, you know where that is. Stone dungeons.
Yep, definitely be sure to give these racers a follow. Streaming all the time, putting on really tight execution.
It looks like he's headed for GTG to me.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, ice arrows. Bonner saw the ice arrows and he said, "Nah, I don't want those."
Oh, wait, were ice arrows in the Shadow Temple here?
Yeah. And then he popped his Furor's win and just left.
Bonooru disqualified. So we didn't fire for Exodus. Wonder if that maybe sends him into the Shadow Temple.
Maybe it gives him the knowledge that Bonner went to Shadow Temple, so maybe he'll try something different.
Nope. Plugging on.
Still nothing in the Shadow Temple so far, so that's good for EXO, but he's gonna end up wasting a lot of time in GTG here in a moment.
It might be doing this just to open the gate to get his song. Unfortunately, it's just the song of time.
Be interesting to see. If EXO does go Spirit, Shadow, then it's really gonna have almost no time to make up.
Ooh, that's a good point by Dotso. If Exodus uses Pharaoh's Wind in the Shadow Temple, or not the Shadow, the Spirit Temple, it could be a big time save if these runners have to go back. Or no, they most certainly will have to go back there. Yeah, I'm not sure why Bonooru didn't set his FW. So Song of Storms is either on Burning Cack or in the Temple of Time. It's not going to unlock anything for us if it's in the Burning Cat cutscene. But if it's in the Temple of Time after completing Water Temple, we could need Song of Storms for the Mirror Shield or a second strength upgrade.
And swallow it.
Yep.
Means he can go ahead and buy that Zoro's tunic if needed. And fire arrows.
Fire arrows in Shadow Temple.
Basically confirms that Zoro's tunic was not a way of the hero. And fire locked fire arrows.
And both of our runners checked the bombable wall on Death Mountain Trail, now commonly referred to as Juke's Wall. And Bongo Bongo, the final check here in the Shadow Temple. Absolutely nothing in here.
Well, Exodus will find out that there's nothing in GTG as well.
Alright, so where do we think it is if it's not in the Shadow Temple? Is it going to be in fire or forest?
I'd love to see fire. I would love to see Exodus just take the initiative, go fire, see what he can get from it.
Chat, press 1 if you want Bonooru to jump into Forest Temple, 2 to jump into Fire Temple. Obviously, very quick one cycle here on Bongo Bongo with that Big Goron sword.
Skull mask.
Oh yeah, the Skull Mask. Oh man, that would be nuts. That actually could be something like a strength upgrade.
You gotta imagine that's like the last thing that's going through these runners' minds right now.
Yep, and just the Pizza Hut from from Bongo Bongo. So Shadow Temple, big waste of time for Bonooru.
So rough there.
Yeah, he's got to be
chance
feeling.
For Exodus. Wasted time there, and if he does that for Roar's win there, play that you guys were talking about, he really could get right back into this.
I mean, I played the trap card for a reason. He did waste 15 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be the end of this. Bonooru is still, top tier on his execution. Oh, and we haven't seen the Crater Fairy, I guess? We have seen the Composer's Grave. I forget what was in there, but nothing of value.
Oopie. Oh, nice. I'm a little disappointed that he passed up on those ice arrows after that all blue start that we had to this race.
Yeah, it's possible they might be forgetting or juking chests, the Jower. Not sure if Juke would appreciate that meme, but it's kind of... Bonooru was making a play for Medigoron, looking for some kind of hint. And yeah, Bonooru is going for the Forest Temple, going for that Kokiri Emerald.
Alright, here we go. Let's see if Exodus would have to make the plate of fire to make up the ground. It's the Hope Forest is basically barren and go fire and see.
He'll probably trek out to the Spirit Temple. But yeah, let's see if he thinks ahead and places a warp point there. But at this rate, I think Bonooru might be about halfway through the Forest Temple by the time Exodus gets out to collect his Song of Time.
Yeah, definitely. The way Bonooru's been executing. It's pretty quickly. It's really a testament to his play. 2 hours of just absolutely clean execution everywhere. Rupee, the entrance forest.
Bonooru wants to find as many non-keys as he can. Yeah, we have seen all the grottos on in Hyrule Field. We are literally down to the Fire Temple, the Fire Temple, the Forest Temple. And I guess with that Song of Time, we could go one chest further into GTG's maze. But yeah, we're running out of spots. And the Skull Mask also in Logic.
Very interesting to see how Bonooru really had this lead for so long, and now items seems like Exodus has really made a nice comeback in terms of items altogether.
It's really bottlenecking here in the last half of this.
It's really going to be all about who finds the next progress first.
Yeah, and like even Mirror Shield wouldn't really help them. They either need to find a hook shot, Iron Boots, or Strength Up. Yeah, we could have something in the bottom of the well still.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, if we find the long shot and the Song of Storms is in our Temple of Time, we could have our final Spirit Temple stuff in the bottom of the well, or another Song of Storms check.
So just checking the Great Fairy Fountain over at the Colossus.
Alright, now everybody in chat, send a psychic message to Exodus 10 minutes in the past to go into the Fire Temple.
Oh, that would be so awesome if you did and ended up coming out on top here.
Last night we were accusing Lost the Pirate of establishing some sort of ET psychic bond with Trezco.
Did that really work out for him, though?
In some situations, surprisingly, yes.
So let's get in that Song of Time. See what he does now. This is probably one of the most crucial moments of the race here.
I think he's gonna set his warp.
Oh,
There you go.
Making the big brain play.
it's getting exciting now.
So that'll help him later on. But he's gonna go to Shadow,
Oh,
which will not help him.
Yeah, also won't help if
he's
Requiem
committed
is-
too.
Yeah, he's gonna dig this. He's following exactly in Bonooru's steps.
It's gonna be really hard for him to come back here, unless he just dips in and then dips out for some reason. Really has to hope Bonooru finds nothing.
Even still, I don't know if this time sink into Shadow can be made up.
It's hard for Bonooru there. King Exodus really has to hope that Bonooru gets nothing here. Bomb of the Well gets nothing there. And then Exodus can make the play for Fire Temple and just loot everything.
Maybe like Strength 2 behind Skull Mask, and then everything's in Spirit Temple or something like that.
Yeah.
Well
80
done.
still possible. It's definitely
Yeah.
possible.
Well, it's not going to be required for the song, so you don't need all 3 stones for for any reason. We know Shadow is completely barren, so Bonooru didn't have to do that. Exodus isn't going to find anything in here other than, I think, a slingshot and some ice arrows. So, definitely not required.
It's definitely possible that they'll have to dip into every dungeon.
Well, again, no, that they don't have to dip into to Shadow. We already know that
Oh,
one's
right.
dead. That
Well,
and
there's also-
GTG, they didn't find anything in there either.
Yeah, it wasn't required for them to go, but since they already did, it's still possible it's a pseudo all dungeons run while they look for
Maybe.
everything.
Yeah, and that's actually the seed that Bonooru was probably hoping for, just because he has the tighter execution, and the more dungeons that are required gives him the bigger advantage.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that'll be if he wins this, that'll be the exact opposite sentiment he will have when racing against ATZ.
If he does win this, I cannot wait to see that matchup. Very exciting.
It's looking likely. But again, this is Randomizer. Anything can happen.
That's true.
Bonooru could
Exodus-
find nothing in the fire or the forest temple, and Exodus could have the realization after Shadow Temple that, oh yeah, Skull Mask is still out there.
It's true. That is very true. Really want to see this race come down to the wire. I think it's definitely still a possibility.
ATZ and Iron Boots would not be fair for the tourney race. He got into the losers brackets 2 seasons in a row. So while he is god tier, he is not he's not a god.
Gods do bleed.
God gamer. Now, Doc, do you really think that ATZ would beat you in Iron Boots? I think you're selling yourself.
57-second Dampe in irons. That is true.
Maybe that will be a new challenge to get into like some sort of ranking. If you can beat ATZ while he's wearing an Iron Boots, you're going to be in the top tier. If ATZ still beats you in Iron Boots, then you're in the lower tier.
Getting towards the end of this forest temple here, and he's really has found nothing.
ATZ definitely doesn't cheat. He had plenty of opportunities to cheat in the race last night, and he was stuck on that Morphador for quite a while. I know Red Wolf knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yes, it was about. It was at least 15 minutes of him going up and down that.
Yeah, I was tracking him during that, and I took a break.
The best part is that later, when Tresco was at that same door, he was also doing walking backwards strats. For Trez reasons.
Of course, he wanted to join in on the fun too. I'm sure.
Hylian Shield.
You saying Exodus just got Hylian Shield out of Spirit?
Yep.
Oh, see? Wasn't Barren after all, boys.
Wrong kind of shield. And Exodus taking out the lens. Guess a little unsure of the movement of this platform here. You can pull out your bow or your hook shot and kind of shoot at where it's supposed to be, and you'll see it when it hits the platform.
It's Bonooru's been speedrunning this game for years now, almost 5 years. You really see that experience come into play.
Yep, and I know for a while he was racing with Marco and Juke almost every day, and beating them sometimes, but all that experience definitely paying off.
Oh yeah, it's funny. I brought up earlier that they both started in both these racers back in December of last year, but you can clearly see who's been overall.
Yeah, I'm not sure on their official seed count, but some people are just better at the game than others. I think ATZ said last night he wasn't practicing for his Iron Boots race at all, and he pulled off some really interesting routing on the fly.
We're down to Phantom Cannon in the forest and haven't found anything.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, the way Forest is built, Phantom Ganon always has a random item. Unless you're playing one of those Dotso no logic settings.
If it does end up being no items in Forest, you really have to see what Exodus does after he finishes this. He's getting to get another shot if they're maybe outmaneuvering Bonooru here. There really is nothing for him.
Cola OSU pointing out that Bonooru will feel pretty bad clearing 2 stone dungeons and getting absolutely nothing.
I keep that mental in check, guys. No tilting.
Yeah, also possible we're looking for the iron boots. We know the water temple is barren, so we're just looking for the boss key.
Reveal. Long shot.
Bum
That's
bum
important.
bum.
Well, that's a big one.
Yep, solid lead for Bonooru now. Gonna clear out the water temple. We know he's not gonna get any progress from the water temple, so possibility that Song of Storms is gonna come into play. Oh. Yeah, if that had been a fake long shot, that would have been priceless.
Oh, I couldn't imagine the tilt from
Yeah,
Bonooru if that was
unfortunately,
a fake
Bonooru
one.
not streaming with his face cam. I don't believe the gold scale is in logic, but it is definitely allowed. We know that water temple is barren, so it's not going to have anything. So it's
You
going to be
need the
somewhere else. It
medallion out
could
of
be
it.
in fire. Yep, just the medallion and the boss key. And let's see how deep Bonooru has to dig. Oh, we do know that also that the iron boots are out there somewhere. Could be on Shoot the Sun. It could be in the Fire Temple. Bonner doing the map chest, torch, and compass, match test, torches, and the cracked wall first.
See what Bonooru gets here. Another small key. Small keys for both of them.
Yep, there's 3 more here in the water temple, plus the boss key. 4 garbage items.
Well, we're really just looking for the mirror shield now.
Mirror and strength upgrade.
Oh, right.
Possibly the iron boots.
Deku nuts and followed by immediate reset from Bonooru there.
Exo's finishing up Shadow now, so have to see where he goes after that. Hopefully fire.
That's got to be the make or break there.
Unfortunately, either way, he'll be playing Bolero Fire.
If he decides to go forest, then he's basically done for.
Unfortunately, no real way to make it any faster either.
Yeah, he has to do the whole forest temple, so I'm not really sure how he's gonna save that time at this point.
Or could fall asleep, and
That would be the worst way in the world.
fire
to
alarm could
lose.
go off. Still a chance. Let's get that boss key though for the water temple.
Well, yeah, there's the boss key, so iron's not required. And that was the compass chest too, so Exodus could end up checking that first, depending on how he routes out the water temple.
He sees the piece of heart on the ground. He stops for a moment. Probably goes.
Probably
Go
says
next.
something non-family friendly.
And do the family tomb check and find that there's really nothing here for him either. Thinking about what to play. Arrow fire.
A big left turn.
Yep.
Force isn't gonna hurt him because he's gotta beat the temple all the way to the boss, so it's eventually gonna have to be done, but
Yeah, that's true.
he's gonna have to find either strength or the mirror shield in some weird location that he beats Bono to.
As Chad is pointing out, Bono's execution is just flawless. Every boss fight, one cycle. He's just been.
Exodus going in the forest. And we are down to the Fire Temple. One check in GTG and the Skull Mask. Depending on what the Force Medallion gets us here.
Force medallion. He's got one left. Just got to get through spirit. He's going to need a strength upgrade. And
No, the center check in GTG isn't in logic, but with that Song of Time, they could go one key further.
in the sun. A heart. Yep. Sun God is a generous God. Sends love. It's a child for. Oh. Got Requiem. Oh no. Makes that Peror's Wind play dead.
Yep. But that does open Child Spirit. And it narrows down a whole lot of checks in terms of where our final items are.
Yeah, all of our Song of Storms checks are de facto dead at this point.
Interesting to see if Strength 2 is in Spirit.
Now, what would be really awesome is if Strength 3 is like in Deep Fire and the Mirror Shield is on the Gold Gauntlet Fairy.
Would be awesome. I would like to see a Deep Fire. I believe that's Bonooru's favorite meme. That he said he loves the Deep Fire meme.
I don't think he'd love it if
He had to go
lost
do it, right?
He can go further.
Not locked out, but no progress yet.
It's becoming more and more likely that Skull Mask has a big item on it.
Yep. But I've seen a whole lot of seeds where there's a strength upgrade on the child side of Spirit.
Container. The key. Choose. Oh, it's getting tense now.
Yep. It's 2 more checks that he can do. Well, 3 with the map chest.
Getting to push the arm moves.
I guess he forgot to do that.
Bonooru was, he started his flame storage, but then I guess realized that, oh yeah, I have double magic and inspire. I think flame storage might have been a little faster, but...
Bonooru, right? He believes in his execution.
Yep. Good thing pulling the right block out. In his the match that brought him into the losers bracket, he pulled the wrong block into the sun.
That was also a really close match that he lost. I think it was, I think at the end it was 12 minutes, but for a long time it was pretty close.
Now, I want to say that was Let's Clay, or what the hell's happened to send him down here?
Let me check for you. What the hell has happened? The 3rd seed sent him down. Then he beat the 2 seed to get here, and he might have to play the 1 seed. So he would play seeds in this tournament.
Alright, Desert Colossus has some nuts.
Whoa, big payoff there. I bet he feels really good about that.
Considering he's all out of child checks, I think.
Oh man, that's gotta be. I mean, that's big for Exodus, I guess.
Man.
But
And Bonooru is opting not to grind out the Skull Mask. I don't know if either one of them even showed the letter to the guard.
yeah, I'm
And
pretty
actually,
sure
Bonooru
no.
probably. I don't even think Bonooru did the chickens. So he does have a few things left.
He does that chickens check, he'll probably be a little upset. He's got the Zora's
But-
tunic locked behind there.
We're going into fire. The long shot was on Phantom Ganon. Still looking for Strength 2 and Mirror Shield.
So he's still working on this forest temple here.
Yep.
He'd be glad to find out that all that time didn't go to waste, but
Yep. And at this point, actually, the Iron Boots have to either be on Skull Mask or somewhere here in Fire Temple. That, of course, opens up one final check in Zora's Fountain. Not sure if Bonooru got a good enough look at that down there or not. Switching to the Master Sword. For whatever reason, the Master Sword does more damage on this guy than the big one.
because the big Goron sword was forged in these fires, man. He's used to it.
Oh, is that anti-Lord of the Rings logic?
Yeah, exactly. The opposite of Lord of the Rings.
Or does that mean if we destroy the Big Goron sword, the Big Goron himself died?
It's really sad. I don't want to think about that.
So I guess you're not a fan of leaving Big Goron without his eye drops?
I mean, to help the guy out, but maybe not that much. I just don't want to see a giant Goron carcass on the top of Death Mountain.
Might be good eating for some Dodongos anyway. Alright, $20, Bonooru going deeper.
See, that's the advantage Exodus had when he dipped into Fire Temple. He knew there's $20 there. And
Yeah.
there.
He also knew that the hammer was on adult fishing, and he had Serenade of Water.
That's true. Well, I mean, let's think about this. Do we really think that the hookshot play was the big difference in this? I mean, in this made up here, or do you think it's just the fact that Bonner
It's
is just a better execution?
I think it's a combination. That hookshot definitely opened a bunch up to Bonooru earlier on. But, you know, if there... Let's say, you know, there's 2 strength upgrades and Mirror Shield in here. If Exodus had dipped this with the hammer, you know, an hour and a half ago, he'd be in a huge lead.
It's definitely true.
But we don't know what's in here yet.
Oh, strength.
Yep.
There you go.
Strength 2. And Bonooru
Really going to
says,
spirit.
I'm out of here. He's not jumping any further. He thinks the mirror shield is in spirit time.
Oh man. I didn't see. But if it is back in escort or something like that, it doesn't really hurt him that much because he needs to finish spirit anyway.
Yeah, Pharaoh's win won't be too big of a deal. He wasn't too deep into fire, and he has Bolero, so he can get back there pretty quick. I guess chat thinking that Bonooru is a little panicky right now, having cleared out stone, shadow, and forest, and just one progression item at clearing 2 of those. Exodus isn't far away from his long shot.
Arrows. Air shield.
There it is.
Oh,
That's the game.
good intuition from Bonooru there. Really believed the mirror shield was in spirit. Went with it, and he was right. So
That's a shitty location for the mirror shield.
Yeah, shitty for Exodus anyway, but Bonooru's hopefully adrenaline is coming down a little bit.
I mean,
He knew he had to be in here looking for the boss key anyway, so it was a pretty good call, I think.
technically it was a shitty position for both of them, considering they spent so much time looking for the mirror shield and couldn't find it. Just having it on the ground floor of Spirit Temple is a fairly shitty location.
And there's the boss key, so Bonooru just needs 2 more keys.
I don't think Exodus has to be disappointed at all if he does end up losing this. He did come in saying he wanted to beat some good players, and he did tell us that he felt like he did beat some good players and what he wanted to do in this
Absolutely.
tournament.
Yeah, there will be another one. Randomizer is not going away anytime soon. In fact, it's just gonna be added and added to.
And barring any craziness, we should see Bonooru come out finish this. The victory here, and we should be seeing him versus ATZ next. It'll be very, very exciting.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be running tons and tons of practice seeds. But unfortunately, this will be the end of the road for Exodus.
Really picking up that long shot for Exodus.
Exodus dipping into the water temple with his long shot. Knows he's not gonna get anything, but might make up some time if he goes into the compass chest first.
Yeah, he'd need to make up a lot of time now.
And unfortunately, too little, too late. But can still show off some top quality execution.
I'm trying to think if he actually did just skip Shadow and went straight to fire, would he still be really far behind? I don't know if he would have still had enough time to still been able to make up enough time. Bonooru's execution was just superbly clean today.
Bono makes quick work of the Iron Knuckle. He's off to the boss.
Everyone's favorite boss.
So far, so good.
I mean, he's just had clean execution all day. I think literally the only mistake he made, he ate one Dampé's fire during the Dampé's race, and other than that, he's just been so perfect.
Well, he did dig out a Barren Stone Shadow. So that was a big flub. But so did Exodus.
That's something we can't really critique him too hard for.
Well, as commentators, of course we can.
Hindsight's 2020.
How could he not know?
It's also no fair when you're watching two streams.
That's true.
Twin Rova is down. And that's 6 medallions.
Yep, all sages are freed from their respective temples. The Rainbow Bridge is being assembled as we speak. Sugar and spice and everything nice.
I think that was a bomb bag upgrade there. Looks like Exodus is going to find that boss key. Or just heading straight back to the Temple of Time.
Yep, most likely is going to sub 3 hour this seed.
Very impressive. We're in GC now.
Exodus does get the quick kill on Morpha, so he's got his 5th.
Picking up that Requiem, probably making the same play to Child Spirit. As Bonooru taking out these Iron Knuckles. Taking a look at the schedule for the upcoming week here on ZSR, there is nothing on the books planned for the next 3 days. But it's possible just waiting for a match like this to finish up. Bonooru versus ATZ will be to be announced. But nothing on the schedule until Saturday. We have the weekly North American weekly at 6 p.m. We have the Saturday Night Bingo, Saturday 8 p.m. and the Breath of the Wild 80% weekly. And then Sunday we have the Oracle Seasons weekly, Link to the Past weekly race, and the European weekly of OOT. So stick around this weekend for that. But in the meantime, have some fun time off.
Yes, sir,
Well, you got plenty of time if you want to load up your own rando seed and try it out. Probably shouldn't start with these bracket settings. Or
everybody should try the challenge seed. It's actually really fun this time.
Yep, the races in the tournament are getting fewer and far between. You're almost done. Feels bad, but I'm sure there's another tournament right around the corner.
Tournament's just been amazing. It's Clay and Cola. Just making it so deep into the tournament. Seeds in the highest 2 seeds. The highest 4 seeds still in it, except for the number 2 seed.
Yeah, Exodus, unfortunately, not going to make it to the rematch against ATZ.
And Bonooru took down the number 2 seed, and he take down the number 1 seed.
Yeah, that Juke versus Bonooru race was one for the record books.
Bonooru just was so excellent in that race. I mean, he's been excellent in this race too.
Well, actually, that race came down to both runners for getting 1 check on Death Mountain Trail until just about 100%ing everything else. It was a pretty feels bad moment.
Did Juke FF that one?
Did what? No, I missed
Didn't
that.
Juke FF that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he basically cleared out everything he could think of, and was just like, alright, I forgot something stupid somewhere. And sure enough, it was like a minute or 2 later that Bonooru remembered and picked up that Go mode item. forget what they were looking for, but
And that's GG. Bonooru putting in the time of 2:54.39.
10 minutes in the past. We are on a 10-minute delay. So hopefully these runners will be joining us shortly.
And they will be. Let me go bring them in.
Woohoo!
Hello, you two.
Good game, lads.
Hello.
Great game. Great game, guys.
Thanks.
What are your thoughts on the seed?
I don't know. I was scared. That's all I can say. I don't know.
Frozen banana was probably pretty bad.
At the end of Shadow, yeah, I was pretty nervous. But when I found Longshot, I was feeling okay because I was thinking like the obvious choice after Shadow would be Fire Temple since we didn't have a Minuet. So I was feeling okay after Forest Temple, but yeah, I don't know. I was never feeling ahead this seed.
About you, Exodus?
So he did Shadow and Forest as well? Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
guys
know
called.
how I lost so much time then. I guess I did too many out of the way checks.
Did you do Deep Fire?
I did like literally everything except for Deep Fire.
Oh,
I
okay.
failed Silver Gauntlets.
Yeah, so
pretty much the
so
same. for
Bonooru
me.
did the hover boot strats in the Goron maze to get that hook shot pretty early.
Oh, forgot about that. Well, that's okay. That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, that was probably one of the bigger kind of things that you maybe like didn't have in the back of your head is, oh yeah, I can do this. I have hovers, and even the Song of Sun made it easy to. But great routing from both of you guys. You're pretty much on the same path through most of the seed. But Bonooru with a really good execution, man.
Bonooru, I have to ask you, how are you feeling knowing that your next opponent is ATZ? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Or
Yeah, both. I'm a little bit nervous, yeah, but I'm also really happy to face him. It's gonna be a good match.
I think you got to make those big gambles and think, all right, what does ATZ not want to do? Or is he going to avoid? Those are the kinds of strats we were hoping that Exodus was going to be making, and try to wrap his head. All right, where does Bonooru not want to be going right now? Were you thinking that at all, Exo?
I was just playing the seed normally because I think I can beat him playing it normally.
Yeah, not trying to meta yourself.
Yeah.
What was the fourth way of the hero, by the way? I only found 3.
There were double cags.
Oh. Okay.
We found 3 of them.
And there are only 2 items in CAC, I'm pretty sure. It's really...
Light Arrows and ZL, I think.
Yeah. I feel like double way the hero CAC almost always has 3 or more, but...
Yeah.
And not sure if you guys want to hear this information, but Void Kingdom providing us with the location of the 3rd strength upgrade on the Skull Mask.
Nice.
You guys not routing that in at all.
Yeah.
And Bonooru, you also skipped chickens too. You're probably feeling a little nervous about
I was
those
pretty
2 checks.
scared, yeah. I mean, I almost full cleared Child actually. Like the only things left were Valley, Chicken, and Skull Mask, I think.
Oh yeah, you never did the Valley. That's right.
Yeah, I never did Valley.
Irons were in the GTG like room.
Oh, okay.
Oh yikes! Wow. Well, Bonooru facing off ATZ. Exodus unfortunately unable to get that rematch in. Bonooru still has the possibility of a rematch against What the Hell's Happened. So, but just a few matches left in the tournament. Are you guys excited for 5.0? Have you been doing any entrance random?
No. I'd like to try, but it's really long. I don't have the time lately, but yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Probably would mess you up for this tournament, so don't blame me for waiting until it's over.
Yeah.
Well, alrighty, Void, should we
Yeah.
wrap this?
I was just about to say, thank you to our two runners. It was a great race today, so thank you both for that. Thank you to our commentators today. You guys did an amazing job entertaining everyone while I was trying to figure out how scheduling works. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to our trackers, iBot and B Luigi. They did an amazing job tracking, and thank you very much for helping us out behind the scenes. And thank you everyone for watching. No plans until the weekend, so unfortunately you guys are going to have to wait on that.
Yeah, but there's plenty of time to subscribe if you enjoyed the race. Wink, wink.
Yeah, if you want to subscribe to help with the Twitch things that we plan to do eventually, then please feel free to just subscribe. But otherwise, we're going to wrap things up here. So thank you everyone for watching, and see you guys next time.